How do, paranormal people? Welcome to the Ghost Encounters of the Third Kind podcast show. And we're back with the full team today. How is everybody? Everyone okay?
Super duper.
Yeah, good.
Okay, thanks.
Tired, but good.
Good. Well, we did a podcast mentioning Cannock Chase before we went, and it's come out after we went. But now we're doing this one after we'd been. So it's getting a bit confusing, isn't it? So we went Cannock Chase looking for aliens Saturday night, and all that happened to me was I got soaking wet.
Yeah, I got trench foot.
I got bitten on my leg.
I've got 3 bites on mine.
Yeah.
By a vampire.
Well, they have got marks in the middle. I think they're horseflies or something. Right, bloody pain.
They don't bite me. I don't get bitten. I've got too much acid in my skin. So.
I mustn't have any because I get bit all the time. Anyway.
Cannock Chase.
We did a few things with night vision goggles.
Yeah.
Saw some lights in trees. What were they? Anybody think?
They were an anomaly.
Anomaly.
Yeah. We didn't see a lot, did we? Because the weather was proper rubbish. It was really overcast.
The thunder and lightning looked spectacular where we were sat, didn't it?
Yeah, it was really
I'm
good.
enjoying that.
Yeah, it was good.
We saw a man behind a tree.
I was just
We
going to
did.
say you two went down into the woods.
We went down into the woods for a little. Well, we did get a surprise.
Yeah. If you'd have carried on walking, you might have got a bigger one.
Well, we don't know, do we, Marie?
No.
I didn't see him. Marie did. I was stood next to him near enough.
Well, I wouldn't say next to you. You were in like the same distance away from me as him, but he was over there behind a tree, and you were kind of there.
Now we were near the cemetery, Marie, and there is.
Yes, we were.
It is renowned that there are wanderers at night. Are you sure he wasn't a wanderer?
Would they hide behind a tree?
Well, I don't know.
Depends which wanderers you're talking about. Are we talking paranormal wanderers
Spiritual.
now? Spirits.
Was a fully grown bloke? He looked like a bloke.
A fully grown bloke as opposed to
A little one.
a little bloke.
Dwarf. Someone who suffers from
little
dwarfism.
No, it was
Because the black-eyed kids have said to be hide behind trees and peek around trees.
She'd have known though, looking at the face, wouldn't you, Marie?
No,
It was dark,
it was.
wasn't
It wasn't pitch black, was it? When we went down
It was
there?
dusk.
It was
just
yeah,
dusk,
it
wasn't it?
because I didn't take my torch. It wasn't that dark.
So it was the size of the bloke.
Yeah, it
like.
was. Yeah. But the strange thing was, is at least half an hour afterwards, when we got back, Mick said that he thought he saw somebody.
And that
down
opening
there.
same
Yeah.
opening
Yeah.
as you went in, yeah.
So,
But you'd got your drone out, didn't you, now to look?
Oh, yeah, but I couldn't see him. He was hiding in. I didn't go inside the trees.
Mind you, if it was a normal, well, I'm not saying normal, but if it was a person, the drone come at him, you can do one anyway, ain't he? Sort of thought.
But that's the lamp.
That's picked up.
Yeah. So, we did see some lights in the trees, which looked pretty impressive, I thought. They looked like they were weaving in and out of the trees, which was seen on the night vision goggles.
Couldn't see with your naked eye,
No,
could
you
you?
couldn't see it with your naked eye. So,
Which is weird.
what do you think they were?
Light anomalies.
Oh,
Anomalies.
Light anomalies. I don't know.
we have got the video. I haven't put it up on the internet yet, but we have got video of it.
I know you were saying we did have a look on when we got back. Well, it was actually Monday, wasn't it, when we were in here Monday. We got Google Earth up, and there is a road that goes behind them, although it is a fair way behind. So it could have been some sort of infrared sensor on a car or something. you seem to think they would glow that much, but it seemed to be...
Just for people that are listening, the lights actually looked, they mimicked like the aurora they looked like the aurora lights, didn't they?
Yeah.
Through the goggles.
Because they were coming out like in between the trees, weren't they? It
It
did look like they were going in and out the forest.
But I have a bit of... It's a fair way away, that is, you know. I bet it's a mile easy away where that road is from where we were. I just think they were a bit bright for being that far away. For a dash cam IR.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like,
And there got to be a few of them, not just one.
Yeah, because it was happening quite regular, wasn't it?
And it was also happening at the same time. Sometimes there was 3 or 4 at the same time.
At some point, there was 2 or 3 almost like they were standing next to each other, moving across, and then they'd sort of. So when you saw them disappear and come back again, that was when they were going behind trees. Because I couldn't even see. I couldn't see trees in that camera. It just looked black, and then the lights. So I didn't know where the trees were.
Yeah. You know why that was?
Go on.
Because Mark didn't know how to switch it on properly.
Are you
Told
kidding?
us that,
Are you kidding?
No. There's 9 infrared settings. He only found 1.
He was on the first one. Sorry, Mark.
How many is there? 9?
Another case of don't know where the on-off switch is, honestly.
I asked him, didn't I?
Yeah.
I clearly asked him on the night, do you know how to switch that on?
With us ghost hunting, we know I have 2 or 3 infrared cameras, night vision cameras, but you need an illuminator with them. And depending on where you are or what you're doing, is whether you have it on a low setting. If you're in a room, just like this, now you have it on a real low setting. Otherwise, this is the illuminator. Otherwise, it'll just be bright, won't it? You won't be able to see nothing.
Bright, yeah.
But if you're outside in the trees or you put it on full, so it goes further. Well, it only got us on 1.
I asked him why we couldn't. I asked him why we couldn't see the trees of the woods, because you couldn't see the trees of the woods, and that wasn't very far away.
Well, that's why.
It was just black.
No, that's why then. He said he found out when he got home. So I did ask him. I'm not saying anything here that we haven't said to him.
No.
I said maybe when you buy some equipment, you ought to test it before you take it out and try and use it.
RTFM,
Yeah.
Mark. RTFM.
What's that mean?
Read the F manual.
Oh,
RTFM.
Yeah, but he's a man, so
RTFM.
that doesn't delete
Yeah.
men.
That's something Phil always tells me when we buy anything new. RTFM.
Oh, is he one for reading man?
So we could
No,
have been.
he isn't, but I have to. Yeah.
So he had another 8 levels go up on the infrared.
So we probably would have seen those lights in a different light, if you like, if he'd have turned it up.
If it was a light beam coming through and there were a thing, we'd have actually seen what it was wearing. But as it happens, we just saw a bit of a shimmering light, didn't we?
They did look very impressive,
They did,
though.
yeah.
They looked, whatever they were, it did look good on that camera.
Have you got the recording?
I've got the recording, yeah, I'll put them up on there.
I could do with it on there, whatever. I don't want all of them, obviously, because he's filmed it for about 4 hours, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So only so I can, sorry, I'm eating a sweet. Only so I can have a look at it on the back on the big screen. But apart from that, was not, was it? Just thunder and lightning. Lightning looked cool, wasn't it?
Well, the sky was full of clouds, wasn't it?
Lots
so
of
we weren't going to
activity
see
on the
anything.
car park.
Yeah, a lot of dogging going on.
Yeah, boy races and all that kind of stuff as well.
Police.
Place,
Yeah, the police were there. I read everything, really. Balabites, I had some balabites.
I got some balabites.
So, I think it's worth a second visit on a better
on a clear day.
night. Yeah.
yeah, but you just can't guarantee when it's going to be clear, can you? Like tonight looks pretty good, but yeah, you just need to choose the night, don't you?
We were on
Just
about
go.
this earlier. I mean, once it starts getting colder, them will be the better nights, because obviously when it's cold at night, it's clear, and the sky's clear.
And apparently, somebody's told me that the Trentham Gardens have got skywatching pods with clear glass roofs, so you can sit there and watch the sky at night.
Where? Trentham Gardens?
Yeah, Trentham Gardens. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I've been told. Be interesting.
Just come sit up in our garden and watch the sky.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
From
Mind you,
there.
they've got beavers now at Trentham Garden. Have you got any beavers?
Don't answer that, Marie.
They're mated as well, aren't they?
Where's the water at Trentham Gardens?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, massive lake. I was
Is it?
fishing
I don't-
years ago, yeah. Massive lake. Used to do water skiing and jet skiing on it.
And they've
too.
got
boat
beavers there
racing.
now.
It's the biggest enclosure.
Oh, were they there on purpose?
They brought them down from Scotland last year.
Okay.
When it's the biggest closure, I don't know, it's in Europe or it's definitely in Britain anyway. And they brought them down last year and they mated. Sorry about this, paranormal people. But I'm talking about beavers.
No, we don't have beavers. We've got chickens,
We're doing
That's
Skywatch, not Beaver Watch.
Oh, right. Can't we do one of them then?
alpacas. You'll see some alpacas
Have you got
in
one?
the field.
Marie's got a lovely garden.
But you can see on a clear night, you can see that you can see a
Meteors.
lot of sky. Yeah, we've seen since we've been there. I've seen meteor showers. Not last year, the year before, I think. So yeah, we see a fair bit from up there.
She's
Yeah, 'cause
inviting
you're
us.
up.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, then, isn't it?
I'll bring your blanket out.
Are you
I've
going
gotta
to be
watch
watching
it.
from the comfort of your living room then, Marie?
I'll just set my chair up in the lounge. Yeah, you can bring your gazebo up, Nick, and sit under there for a couple of hours,
that'd
can't
be
you?
good,
Can bring
yeah.
your telescope up, Faye.
Yeah, you got
Oh, you
time.
got a
Yeah,
telescope?
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that'd be good.
All right.
But what are you going to do if we invite aliens to your back garden and when we've all gone, they come?
After, and they come after we've gone.
She's
And
got a
abduct all
guardian
your
angel.
chickens.
I've got Guardian Angel on the drive, haven't I? So,
Oh, have you?
yeah, I'll be all right.
What's that?
Guardian
end of-
Angel
End of a driveway.
in the mouth of the drive.
What have you?
A big tree carving.
Oh, yeah. Does it work?
Of course it does.
All right. What does it protect you from?
Aliens.
There's no cause looking from there, then, is
You
it?
still see them in
Can
the
you cover it
sky.
up like I do in my
There's-
sky mirrors?
yeah, they'll
Just
still,
hover and
you'll
go.
still see them in the sky. They just won't come and land.
All right, okay.
Yeah. And the alpacas would see them away like they do the foxes as well. They chase
Where
foxes
they in
away.
the
They
field
do.
next to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Spit at you, though, don't they?
No, that's llamas.
Oh, right, okay. So what's an alpaca do?
Not a lot.
Not
No.
spit at you.
Not a lot, to be fair.
Rather just a little llama.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
little llama.
A little llama. Anyway. That's it then. So we'll be doing a podcast from Marie's house. With
Skywatch.
Sky watching and alpaca watching. Chicken watching. So that's it. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. 'Cause it says open, isn't it?
Yeah.
It says an open space, isn't it?
I mean, apart from the being woods and it being a bit more spooky, I don't think it's much different from looking at the sky at Cannock Chase,
So
to be
anyway,
fair.
And plus, you haven't got to worry about anything, have you? You haven't got to keep turning around, watching your back in the bushes and stuff like that. Wondering who's driving up the car park and worrying if your car's alright. Just relax, can't you, then? And
Yeah.
Well, next time we go, we need to go the other side where the circle is. Don't we?
yeah, I've never been there anyway, so I'd like to go there anyway.
I'd like to visit that area.
But
that
Mick says
circle.
as well, the parking is dead close to that as well, so you haven't got far walk. The Castle Ring.
We'll perhaps go there next time then.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think we even have to go there over night time, do
No,
we? The
no.
Castle Ring, we can go visit
Go
there
in
in
the
the day.
I'd like to go. Because a lot of the stuff that's been seen there hasn't necessarily
In the
been at
daytime.
night time. Yeah,
No, a
it's
lot's been
daytime,
seen
yeah.
in the day.
Yeah. It's like everything else paranormal, isn't it? Everyone seems to think it's got to be in the dark, but it hasn't, has it? If it's there, isn't it? Don't come out in the dark.
Well, we've done the dark. Let's do the day.
Yes, but it's better if you're doing Skywatch, it's better at night, isn't it?
It's just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I've seen some strange things in the sky from our house in the day.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you don't, because, well, when I saw that UFO on the A500, that was in the day. That was in the day.
Both mine have been in the day as
Yeah,
well.
that was in the day. But the chances of you seeing something flashing or bright while the sky's dark is a bit better, isn't it, I think? Well, I don't know. I'm just talking shit. I don't really know. I'm not a ufologist. That's a good word, isn't it? Anyway. Yeah, we went and nothing happened much, did it?
So
But them
that-
lights
so
were
that's
pretty
it then?
good. Yeah, that was it. It was
That's
just
it then?
pointless going again. That's it. There's no such thing as aliens or UFOs.
Well,
It's
they
just
didn't
funny
come that
lights.
night, did they?
And we didn't get to go and do much investigating because of the weather, neither was it. It was all throwing down all night.
And there
It
was a
was
weird man in the
So-
woods.
But I think if it had been better weather, a small group of us could have gone back into the woods and done some investigating, especially with it being so close to the war cemetery.
I would have liked to have done that, but like you say, I was piss wet to
Yeah.
do, and you don't want to do it, do you?
No.
So,
Definitely not. Anyway, so we'll leave the Cannock chase thing there.
yeah.
But we
To
will.
be continued.
Yeah, we will I'll put the video up online and put the link in the bio. But obviously it'll be on there. My brain then. I was thinking I was already put it up. I'm really recording it. We have done one. We have put one up, haven't we? It gets confusing, yeah. But I'll add the links to the video in the show notes and stuff, so you can just click on the link and have a look at the video. A couple of minutes of video of the lights, and if you've got any idea of what it could be, drop us a message or make a comment on it and just tell us if you think it's as infrared lights on the car. But like we say, you couldn't see it with your naked eye, could you? So
No.
but you could see lights in the distance, to the bit on the right. It was like must have been a village or town, and you could see them lights, couldn't you? There,
You can see
So you could
houses
see-
and street lights really far away. You can see some street lights and stuff.
So if it was a car, they would have had to have the lights off, wouldn't they? Because we couldn't see any lights with your naked eye.
There you go. Then see, you've just debunked
I
your
think
own
if
thing.
it was vehicles, whatever it was on the vehicles, we would have seen something, like you say,
Yeah.
watching. We'd have seen, even if it was very dim, surely. But when you looked out over it, it was just pitch black, wasn't it? That you couldn't see anything at all.
No, nothing.
I never thought about that because we didn't see it, and you were on about like the dash cam or whatever once it goes dark, but there was no car lights, was there?
No.
No.
Nothing.
So
Absolutely nothing.
So whatever it was, you'll have to have a look at it if you can get to have a look at the clip. If Nick's putting it up.
And all,
But what you were seeing with that is we couldn't see anything with the naked eye, could we?
no, but also what was strange as well is that you wouldn't see any for a little while, and then all of a sudden there was like a flurry of activity, and you could see them, and they'd go bright and dim and back and forth, and you'd see them, and that would last a minute or so, and then nothing for ages again, was there? Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like I think if it was cars, wouldn't it just be like a steady flow or random, rather than all at once, then nothing all at once? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you got a couple of hours of it, hasn't it?
It's quite a lot.
Yeah. Over like at random times. It isn't just like a row of traffic, is it?
No.
It's just.
Yeah, it was quite regular.
But looking back now, I just don't think it is a car anymore. I don't think it is that now because we would have seen headlights.
I don't know what else it could be explainable that would be invisible to the naked eye, but you could pick it up on night vision. I don't know what else does that.
No. 'Cause it was bright. On the night vision, it was bright, wasn't it?
It would have been even brighter, wouldn't it?
Do you know what?
Been
The best,
blinding,
you know
in fact.
the best way I can describe them, what they look like. Can you remember Will-o'-the-Wisp? Can you remember that little glowy light that used to go in and out of the woods and that's
In
the
Doyley
best.
Woods.
Doyley would say.
That's the best way I could describe what they look like.
So we might have seen something then. So it might not have been as crap as we thought.
Well, maybe if anybody else has been up there with night vision and seen anything similar, or seen something or can tell us what it might be, got any idea, please let us know.
Yeah, because I have told a couple of people who frequently go to Cannock Chase, but they're normally there in the day because when I told him about him, he says, "Oh, it'll be bikers." So not like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not really.
It'll be what? Sorry, Nick.
Mountain bikers, they go, but not 1 o'clock in the morning. They won't be going.
Not giving off.
And
that
again,
sort
we
of
would
light.
we would see with our naked eye, wouldn't we, as well?
Yeah, you'd have thought so. And it wasn't just Mark's night vision as well, because
Mick on his
Yeah.
monocle
Yeah.
one, that picked it up as well.
Yeah.
He picked that up. So it wasn't like a glitch on Mark's cameras, it was on both. So
Yeah, because what I looked at, I only looked at it a couple of times, and there's quite a bit going on. Really, it's quite. Once you do it, was just one light fading in and out. There was like 3 or 4, 5, 6 sometimes all together, weren't there? So now, for starting, I wanted to impress. I'm pretty impressed now. That happens a lot on the podcast, doesn't it?
Change your mind halfway through.
Quite often.
Yeah, so that was Cannock. So I'd like to ask your opinions on something.
Go on.
I'm sure you've seen it because it's been all over social media. Is the video of the lady on the aeroplane?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, no, you've not seen it?
No.
Seriously.
Tell us.
What is
Okay,
it?
so it's a video of a lady
American Airlines, wasn't it?
on an aeroplane who is sitting near the back of an aeroplane. You don't actually see where she's sitting because one of the other passengers starts to film it, so that's where the videos come from. And she comes down the aisle and stands at the plane, and she's, in my opinion, watching it, I don't think she's drunk. I don't think she's she looks like quite a respectable lady. She's nicely clothed. She's
She
very,
walked perfectly
very,
down the aisle.
very, looks after her appearance, obviously. She walked perfectly compass mentis down the aisle of an aeroplane, which isn't always easy to do anyway. And she started not shouting, but basically what she was saying is she wanted to get off the aeroplane because the person at the back of the plane that she was sitting next to wasn't real, were her words.
All right.
Her exact words were, that mother
MF.
effer is not real.
She got
And-
quite upset and
And she
emotional
was
over it.
she was very you could tell by her voice that she was frightened.
Okay.
She basically said that she didn't care what anybody else thought or what anybody else thought of her, but she knew that person was not real, and she wanted to get off this aeroplane, and if everybody else wanted to stay on the plane
And die, were her words.
with it, then that was up to you.
But she isn't.
But I aren't. Now, the very strange thing is, she's standing in an aeroplane. Basically, you would think panicking other passengers because she's talking about people dying on a flight. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? None of the air stewardesses, the flight attendants, were sort of flocking round to try and calm her down, try and escort her off. Nobody was, and the person she was talking about, you didn't
Never
see
moved.
them get up or
moved.
defend themselves and say,
No.
nothing. Never moved. And there's been a couple of other passengers that have come out. The problem is you don't know how it's been blown up, who's exaggerating, whatever. But apparently there's other passengers coming out saying that the person she was sitting next to on the plane was somebody with a hood, like a hoodie.
Okay.
And it was noticed that she was already having a little bit of a set to with this person before she stood up and walked off. But the person, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, the person with the hood up never answered her, never spoke, never got up, never tried, you know. If that was you sitting next to somebody and they were kicking off about you, surely you'd be up there going, whoa, hang on a minute, I haven't done this, I haven't said that.
There's also
but
somebody
this person never moved,
that
apparently.
mentioned she may have been having a bit of kerfuffle over thinking that he'd stolen her ear pods, but still, nothing. No reaction from whoever it was.
Have you seen a picture of the guy?
No.
Whoever
No
it
one's
was?
got a picture
This is
of
the
them,
strange thing. So
and no one's seen or heard of her ever again.
So there's
she's
not
not
been-
come forward. No one's got a
Yeah.
name.
there's not been any follow-up. Nobody's tried to
What
find
happened
it.
to the
Nobody's...
It was taxiing, so it stopped and it got off. They got off.
Oh, so they weren't in the air?
No.
They
It was
did get
before.
off, and it was delayed
For
for
quite a long
couple
time.
of hours or 4 hours or something,
Oh, right. Okay.
and then they got back on and
But somebody somewhere has suggested that the person she sat next to apparently blinked
not
the
that
opposite
not
way.
that way, that way.
Okay.
That somebody saw, so it didn't go up and down, it went side to side. It's a very strange.
When did
It's-
this happen?
Maybe a week. What was it, about a week
I
ago?
don't
It came
know.
out. In itself, the video, it just is some woman ranting about getting off a plane. But if you actually
Listen to her.
listen to her and watch her, and then realise, in a minute, nobody's getting up and nobody's doing anything about this.
See,
the
I'd
person
followed her
she's-
straight off. I
The
would.
person she's talking about never got up, never tried to defend themselves, never spoke, never said anything.
Weird.
You know, it's very strange. And the fact that there's not been a follow-up, you know what America's like,
You'd think the
with their
newspaper
news
would be
channels,
after it or something like
because
that,
it's
but
gone
nobody's-
viral, you know.
The airline must know her name and know what seat she was sat in, so they must know.
Definitely,
but nothing
yeah.
has been leaked.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
To explain it or what the situation
She hasn't
was.
been well, we've not seen any follow-up from her. And I know some of the stories that people add on and twist it just to give a bit better story, but if you watch the original one, it's very strange.
Nothing about it.
No, nothing. Shapeshifter sounds
Well,
like.
that's what people are saying.
Cool. Yeah, was this on TikTok?
No, I haven't got TikTok, so I haven't seen it on TikTok, but I think it's been on other social media platforms.
I'll have a look for that.
Yeah.
I've got it. I'll send it.
Oh,
you.
yeah. Yeah, send us have a look.
So
There's
that's
two different-
interesting.
There's two different views of it because there's somebody that's filming it from sort of the end near the door where she's going, and then there's somebody from the top end. But what I don't understand is why nobody, if they think she's ranting about the guy she's sat next to, why hasn't nobody got a picture of him or put the camera?
You do
Do
see,
you know
you
what
do
I
see
mean?
at one point when she's pointing down the plane, you see a couple of passengers sort of turn around to see what she's pointing at.
But that's it.
But that's it. You don't see where she was sitting. You don't see anybody approaching her. You don't see anything else. Which on an airplane, normally anything like that, they're on you, aren't they, straight away? If you're causing if you're causing any kind of panic or
Even if she's just stood up, sorry, I'm listening. Even if
Yeah.
she just stood up while it's taxiing.
I think more people were more shocked at what she was saying rather
Right,
than
yeah.
she wasn't just saying normal stuff like if she was having some sort of breakdown or she was drunk or
Some
in
say
any
it
way.
was probably a psychotic event she was having, but she seemed quite. She couldn't get her words out when she said it's not real at the first time.
Yeah,
could
her
she? She got
voice
quite
was a bit
emotional.
wavery. Yeah, very
Yeah.
scared. Yeah. But to stand up and say that person's not real in front of a plane full of people.
And point him directly out. Not say somebody down there. She pointed.
And she was sat next to this.
Apparently so. It was the person she was sat next to.
Okay.
That's good. I've sent me a link for that, and I've also put that in there.
Yeah, that's good. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it still, so that was out this week sometime.
Yeah, I think. Well,
I don't
perhaps
quite know
tail
when
end
it
of last
happened.
week. I don't know
it's
when.
happened.
I think it's a pretty new video. I'm not sure.
And people have added, obviously, doing their own videos on it now and twisting it and adding it. And
Okay. I'm surprised I haven't seen it, because normally stuff shows up on my timeline exactly what shows up on yours. So I'm surprised I haven't seen that.
Now, I would normally have shared it in the group, but you never answer me, so I didn't.
Listen, if I'm busy, I just do.
Don't start.
I do look at
Don't
him.
start,
I
Nick.
do look at him, even if I don't reply. I look. Just been dead busy this week.
I'll send it you.
Yeah, please. No, put it on the notes.
Me and Marie have been studying it for a week, haven't we?
Yeah, it's quite a bizarre video. We'll find it for you, and then, like Nick says, we'll perhaps put the link on there.
Yeah, definitely.
With the podcast as well, so that anybody that's not seen it can click on it and also have a look. Very strange.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be good to see.
Side blinkers.
Yeah, they say that, don't they? Do they claim Hillary Clinton's done a few of them blinks, sideways blinks, and
Well, they're what's it with lizards, aren't they? The side blink.
yeah.
Reptilian.
They used to side blink. Remember V?
Godzilla did, didn't he?
Did he? I've seen Godzilla blink.
Come on now.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it was. Sorry, it was about the 3rd or the 4th of July. So.
Okay.
4th of July.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And they were departing from Dallas on an aeroplane departing from Dallas. So yeah, and the passenger remains unnamed. And there's been no follow-up since. Don't know what's going on with it at all, which is strange, because you know what America's news are like.
You'd
aren't
think there'd be
you?
like a big backlash of it,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
yeah.
But you'd think they'd want to interview her
Yeah,
and see what
definitely.
she actually saw and things like that, but no, nothing. Can't even Google her because we haven't got a name. Nobody has a name. Which I think is really bizarre.
Yeah, strange.
Sit then.
Yeah. That'll do
Side
for this one,
winking woman.
We might have another story about it next week.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to look into that. Right?
Yeah, apparently somebody, it says in this report that somebody, when she demanded to get off the plane, somebody said, "What about your belongings?" And she said, "I don't
That
care.
was it. She didn't want to.
I don't care about my belongings. I
want
just
to get
need
off."
to get off."
All right, okay.
So,
But they wouldn't take someone off a flight and leave a luggage on. Definitely not.
That's probably why it was a 4-hour delay then.
Yeah.
They probably had to get her all luggage off.
Yeah, they'd have to get
In
her
case she was
luggage
a bomber or something like that. So she gets off and leaves her stuff on.
it says the woman has yet to come forward and share her side of the story. But other passengers have come forward. One passenger said the woman freaked out after losing one of her earbuds, but then he didn't give many more people any details. So, yeah, strange. You'll have to read that. There seems to be a bit of a few more passengers have said give their thoughts on it. So, yeah,
Cool.
interesting.
Definitely. So we'll leave it to this one.
And I
So
don't
this
think
one.
nobody said nothing about her getting charged or
No.
because they had to ground the plane, get everybody off.
Yeah, if there's a disturbance, they usually
Normally do
prosecute or something, don't they?
Nothing at all. Very bizarre.
Maybe all the staff knew who they were carrying.
Maybe all the staff were there.
Oh,
Maybe everybody else on the plane was
what?
apart from her.
Apart from her.
What if they were up in the air and she looked across and saw that bloody thing on the wing of the plane? Like, was it Twilight Zone?
Yes.
That monkey
That
on
monkey.
it.
Yeah, ripping bits off.
Yeah. Wow. Cool.
Yeah,
Very good.
That's it then.
there we have it. Short but sweet.
Short
Yeah.
but sweet.
35 minutes. So.
That's enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Enough for anybody.
It's enough for anybody to listen to us waffle,
Yes,
isn't
it is, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So we'll see you next time.
When we do, We will.
And it's good night from me.
And it's good night from you.
It's good night from here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.